Welcome, learner. I'm Professor Dr. Ramesh C. Gaur, Dean and Director, Indira Gandhi National Center for the Arts, Ministry of Culture. I welcome you to this session. What is plagiarism and its consequences? Under this orientation and induction program for teachers and research scholars in higher education, organized by Ramanujan College, Teaching Learning Center, University of Delhi, under this Ministry of Human Resource Development, Madan Mohan Malviya National Mission for Teachers and Training Program. And in this lecture, I will try to define what is plagiarism and what are the consequences of it. So let me begin with defining the purpose of research. Why do we do research? To contribute to or to extend knowledge. How do we do this? By working on the existing knowledge. And in this process, we are expected to place our research in the right context, to show that we are aware of what else is happening, to show that we understand where our work fits, to show our report must contain an analysis of similar relevant work. So that's the purpose of research. And when we report the research in form of a thesis, in form of a article, in form of any kind of research writing, we are expected that we should make a clear distinction between what are our own ideas and what the ideas we have borrowed from different sources. What is our opinion about the work of others, the claims of others we are reporting, and what is actually said verbatim, means quotations. And this work can be anything: idea, description, research, data, opinion, pictures, figures, table, whatever it is. And why it is important? It is important that the reader, the examiner, the referee, the reviewer should understand what is difference between your own idea, your work, and the references you have used or ideas you have used from other sources. And in case we are unable to make that distinction, we are in trouble. And that may be the plagiarism. This academic integrity and ethical issues are large. A list has been provided in this slide to you. I'm not going to talk about all these. I'm just going to talk about plagiarism. And before talking about plagiarism, let me just make you understand difference between copyright and plagiarism. Copyright is about protecting rights of the author. Plagiarism is about giving credit to the authors. Plagiarism is a violation of academic norms, but copyright is a violation of Copyright Act. Copyright is applicable only to the licensed contents. However, plagiarism is applicable to any kind of content, even unpublished, even oral, anything, any information idea you borrowed from somebody else in either source that need to be cited. Frankly speaking, plagiarism is a kind of research misconduct, means fabrication, falsification, or any other practice that seriously deviates from practices commonly accepted in the discipline or in the academic and research communities, generally in proposing, performing, reviewing, or reporting research and creative activities. What is plagiarism? The word plagiaire actually comes from Latin word plagiar, which means to kidnap. It is an act of stealing someone else's work and attempting to pass it off as your own work. And this can apply to any kind of writing. It can be uh, research paper, thesis, dissertation, oral, print, electronic, non-print, all kind of these writings or recordings should be part of this plagiarism. Uh, Different types of plagiarism. Let me begin with intentional plagiarism, means falsification, fabrication. Fabrication is the intentional act of making up data or results and recording or reporting them. Means you are using fake data. Fabrication is manipulating research materials, equipments, or processes, or changing or omitting, suppressing data or result without scientific or statistical justification, such that research is not accurately represented in the research report. This would include the misrepresentation of uncertainty during statistical analysis of the data. And fake peer reviews are also part of intentional plagiarism. It is also can be referred as academic frauds. The person who he or she is doing very well know it is wrong. Even that person is doing. That's why it is called intentional plagiarism. Unintentional or accidental plagiarism found in large quality. It is because of failing to document or cite properly, unfamiliar with international style of documentation, quoting excessively, failing to use your own voice to present information or ideas, may not know how to integrate ideas of others and document properly, may not know how to take notes properly or done in a very sloppily manner, taking the ideas of other writers and mixing them together, careless paraphrasing. English as a language is also a barrier. Like many times when we write uh, in English, we comes from different mother tongue backgrounds. Mother tongues are different, and we try to write in English. We are not very confident, so we try to borrow text from different sources, and that is resulting in the form of plagiarism. In this case, you may not wants to do plagiarism. You don't want to copy paste, but it is happening because of ignorance, because of lack of confidence, because of lack of preparation in terms of subject knowledge. There are a number of reasons because of that unintentional or accidental plagiarism do occurs. Self plagiarism, this is widely found. Uh, People have kind of understanding or believe that this is my material. I can use as much as I want, as many times as I want, which is not true. Your publication is just a reference like others. Same rules apply to your case also. Means you cannot use your material without following a proper citation, or it can be used either in form of a quotation, paraphrasing, or summarizing. UGC has recently come out with a guidelines and declared that self-plagiarism is also a plagiarism. So you should understand and read those guidelines. And uh, the punishment for self-plagiarism is same as in case of other types of plagiarism. Why do researchers plagiarize? I think I have talked something about this in initial slide on unintentional plagiarism, but I will further give you some more reasons why people do it. Study pressure for students. They are not very well organized. They are not very well prepared for the research. They are not very good in the subject. Cut and paste culture. I have two daughters. When they were in school, they were given holiday homework or assignment. Most of the time, that assignment is beyond their capacity or level of understanding. So what was happening, either me or my wife was doing, or they were copying from Wikipedia or internet sources. Sometimes they are doing themselves also. But this is a majority of cases in India where we are in, and when the teacher is checking those assignments, he is not bothered about from where the contents have come. So that way we are enhancing, or we are inculcating a cut and paste culture in the mind of the student. Later, when the students goes to the college, our examination system is also that we have to write book in bookish language, and those ratification and all those things always create a kind of understanding in the mind of the students that copy paste is not wrong. English as an international language, I have already mentioned that it is a issue. Lack of understanding seriousness of plagiarism is also a very big issue. People take it very easy and don't understand that this is an offense. Lack of strict academic discipline. Actually, teachers themselves are not very well aware of the rules. And when supervisor of a PhD student is him or herself is not very familiar with that, there are chances of committing mistake. Careless attitude or lack of referencing skills. That's very important. What is bibliography? What is reference? Different kind of issues concerning referencing, modern tools for referencing. All these things are not known to the students, and that's why they commit mistakes. The problem is not of countries like India or China or any other developing country, other developing and developing country. So all over the world, there are a number of cases in Western world. So this problem of academic frauds or plagiarism, both intentional and self, this is a real issue, and we need to look into that. Many times you will find people at the highest level also engaged in plagiarism. This German education minister, Scaven, resigns because it was found that her PhD thesis was based on plagiarized content. Similarly, there was cases in other countries. This is student in IIM Tech Chandigarh. He went to South Korea, and after returning from that place, he claimed that he has done wonderful work on plagiarism, and based on that, he published 7 articles in different journals. Later, it was found that the articles were published based on fake data. The student and the supervisor both have been terminated. So, this is the kind of consequences of the plagiarism. This gentleman from Japan, he was one of the 9 authors of a paper which was retracted because of plagiarized contents. He may not be responsible for it, but ultimately he lost his life by he committed suicide in a disgrace. So please understand this. This is more harmful to the researcher himself or herself. Uh, People can take extreme steps like committing suicide. So that's real worry, real issue. Penalties are there for both faculty, student, any researcher. I have been part of several investigation committee, and I'm very much familiar with the various kind of punishments given. Appointments have been terminated, jobs have been lost, thesis has been resubmitted. This PhD title is not permanent. If it is found that you have been awarded PhD thesis based on your plagiarized contents, your thesis can be revoked. So in India, we have this University Grant Commission plagiarism regulation called Promotion of Academic Integrity and Prevention of Plagiarism in Higher Educational Institution Regulation 2018. I was the member of the committee which drafted these regulations. I'm very well aware of these regulations. And These are the guidelines, basic minimum guidelines. Based on that, every university and college is expected to draft their plagiarism policy. They have to follow these minimum guidelines. They cannot go beyond it. Like they are expected to create an awareness. They are expected to provide a good plagiarism detection tool. Institutions are expected to form two committees, academic integrity panel and institutional at department level and institution level. And in case of and all submission, maybe paper or research paper or thesis or dissertation should not have more than 10% similarities. After exclusions, there are certain kind of exclusions which have been allowed, and the penalties are on the basis of level 1, level 2, level 3 defined here in this slide. So it is not you cannot be escaped if you are doing plagiarism. So you have to be very careful while writing research papers. Publishers are also aware of it. There is a committee on publication ethics, which has more than 10,000 members right now. And sometime like this is one of the criteria for including journals in UGC list, that you should be registered with the COPE. Your journal should be, your editor should be member of the COPE. And that COPE gives you flow chart of pre-publication plagiarism detection and post-publication plagiarism detection. But I will tell you one thing now, it is extremely difficult to publish any plagiarized content with the top publishers, because they all are using various kind of tools, plagiarism detection tools, and all other fraud, image fraud detection, and all these kind of. So in case of current writing, it is extremely difficult to publish an Elsevier, Springer, or any important publisher. But in case of any kind of cases reported prior to this regulations or now, these publishers have different kind of policies to deal with. Their punishment based on the kind of say if offense is minor or intermediate or severe. I'll give you an example. I was a member of an investigation committee of very important research institution of this country, and one of the researcher, he was a senior scientist. He submitted two papers in Elsevier Science Journal using same data. First published was published, and later the editor of other journal found that the same data has been used without proper citation. So that scientist was warned, and he was asked to withdraw the second paper. No further punishment. So it vary from case to case basis. It is not necessary that in every case severe action has been taken. Retraction, article retraction is common in case of plagiarism. This with watermark, this article retraction is put on the uh, website. There is a very steep rise in the number of plagiarism retraction cases. Number of research submissions, article submissions have also increased. So this is common. This is not something that we will not say that now plagiarized cases have been increased. It may be because of increase in the number of submissions. So I would like to conclude in the end for this particular session by saying that we need to understand why students or researchers cheat. We need to educate them about this plague of plagiarism. What is plagiarism? We should tell them benefit of citation. What is the benefit of citing source? Let them know about the penalties and consequences by citing examples. It is not an ethical issue. It has serious consequences. Teach them about how to detect plagiarism. Teach them about how to avoid plagiarism. Develop a good institutional framework, open access policy, plagiarism policy. Strengthen your library information system. I'm not saying because I'm a person from library science background. I'm saying because libraries are the most important system for research support services and providing contents for further research. If you read more, you do research more. So with these all words, I would like to conclude this uh, talk on what is plagiarism. Hope you have understood it. And uh, in case of any further questions and queries, before that, I want to acknowledge all the sources I have borrowed for this presentations. Uh, my email IDs are given. In case of any issue, please feel free to call me. Please feel free to ask for any further questions through email. I will be happy to uh, take note down your questions and will try to respond through email. My only last statement is that avoiding plagiarism is in your interest. It enhances the quality of your research, your academic research reputation. So don't do plagiarism. Plagiarism is something very, very dangerous and it destroys your reputation. Thank you very much. Bye bye.